Well, good afternoon or good morning. We are happy to be here. My name is Lorraine Bach, and we also have Shauna Thorup. Shauna is one of the librarians, and I am the director of the Writing Center here at Northwest Arkansas Community College, and we're pleased to join you today. We're going to be talking a little bit about resume tips and tricks to help you land that desired job. And so we're hoping that the suggestions that we make today that you can use and profit from. Before we do get started, I do want to say that this is your first impression to the recruiter or to the hiring manager, and you want to put your best foot forward. You want to impress this person so that you land an interview. That is the goal of this. So you want to present yourself certainly as a professional. You want to highlight your skills, and you want to make yourself as unique as you can in one page. And sometimes that takes a little bit of work, but it would be well worth it to land that job. Before I start on this, I would like to say, please review your email address and the message on your voicemail. If you're going to be leaving this information for potential recruiters or managers to reach you, you want these to be very professional. So I would just review them. If there is something that might be inappropriate in any of that, please remove it. It would be to your best advantage. Okay, so let's talk about resumes now. We want them to be neat, up to date, and easy to read. Please check for any misspelled words. Check if you don't have any white space, if it all looks too crowded. Do not submit a resume that you wrote 3 years ago. That's easily going to be understood that you didn't update it, and certainly you want something easy to read. A suggestion is that you skip involved graphics, pie charts, and illustrations, and they said this might be difficult with resume scanning software. Okay, so some other suggestions. Again, keep it very simple, keep it very clear, keep it strong. Another suggestion was, instead of a job objective, they call it a summary statement, where you tell the company to which you're applying, why should they hire you? What are you bringing to the company? And you can think about leadership, you can think about creativity, something in there that instead of that you're looking for the position, the exact position that they've advertised for, what are you bringing that's new and exciting? But at the same time, you want to look at the job description carefully, and you want to match your experience, your education, your skills to that particular job. And so that's a very important part of it. You can be applying for several different jobs, and the resume would be different a little bit. So you want to answer the skills that they're asking for. How do you qualify for that position? Okay, again, most recruiters say we still want you to use the reverse chronological format, in which you start out with your present position and work backwards. And so, again, you want to make that very clear. You want to get the proper dates and so on in there. Use bullets rather than paragraphs to list your responsibilities and your accomplishments. You want to start each of the bullets with a very strong action word. If it's a position that you've had and you've now left, use the past tense of the verb, such as you accelerated something, you achieved something, you trained a number of employees, you supervised something, a team. If it is a job that you are currently working at, then use the present tense. You maintain something, you generate sales reports, you record something. But that's very important. Try not to repeat those strong verbs, but they are essential. Here's a good suggestion. Add numbers and results to your bullet points to show your personal impact and contribution to the company in your prior position. Here's an example. So this is a bullet under product manager, what this person did in the past. Managed mobile app redesign from concept to launch. Introduced more efficient layout, resulting in a 15% increase in downloads and 25% user engagement in 6 months. So those percentages in that timeline are very specific, but they're very strong. So whenever you can do that, I would certainly add it. And finally, don't forget about participation in clubs, organizations, any kind of volunteer work. Those can be very valuable, as well as awards received in internships that you have served and worked at. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Shauna, and I'm going to really recommend that you use some high quality free resources to take what Lorraine has talked to you about and really translate that on the computer into a good resume. The Arkansas State Library makes available to all Arkansas State residents a variety of free resources. This is called the Traveler Digital Resources page. The link to this PowerPoint will take you straight into the whole list of these. There's several, and the one I'm going to talk to you about today is Learning Express Public Library Edition. You don't need to do anything but click the link that you will find in this PowerPoint to get to this tool. And while it's got a lot of great features that I'll mention really briefly at the end, I'm going to be focusing on the career dashboard and particularly the resume builder tool. So when I click that link, the first thing I have to do is I have to register for a free account. The only thing you need for a free account is a valid email address and a password that you create. You need that account to save your work. You don't want to spend all this time making the perfect resume and then we print it out once and we can never get back to it to edit it. Because like Lorraine was saying, you're probably going to have to do a little bit of customization for each job that you apply for. So when you click to create a new account, it will default to Arkansas State Library as our institution. And then this is all I have to fill out: my name, my email, and the password that I want, and I go ahead and hit register. You'll get an email to confirm, and once you do that, you can log in anytime, any place, as long as you're within the state of Arkansas. Once you're there, you're going to find 3 different areas. Let me turn on my pointer, and I'm going to point these out to you. So we're on the public library side, but with my account, I can also look at the college library resources or the high school library resources. All right, and these are called centers. So there are different centers that I can use within this tool to help me find things. So because we want to do resume, I would probably click career preparation or job and career accelerator to get started. But as a librarian, I like to put in search terms. So I clicked resume to see what would happen. And I found a tutorial, a couple of ebooks, and career tools. Now it turns out that Build Your Resume and Resume Builder, when I click them, it looked to me like the same tool. So I don't think it matters which one you click. it seemed to get me to the same place. And I think that they're different depending on if you were in the college tool, the public library tool, or the high school library tool, but they're going to get you to the same place. So once I clicked on that, I just clicked on here, launch the career tool. What I also did, this is another way to get in. I went under career preparation because that was my first instinct. And it gave me a lot of things that might help you with finding those strong action verbs that Lorraine talked about, such as workplace professionalism, time management, and communication. That might help you either prepare for the interview once you've landed it, or to improve your chances for promotion, or just building this resume. What are common verbs or words or skills that a hiring manager might be looking for? I put a check mark next to the sub area for networking, job search, and interviewing on resumes and cover letters, because this tool won't just help me build a resume, which is our focus today, but it'll also help me write a cover letter. This one was in the Job and Career Accelerator because remember I said I wasn't sure which one I should click. Turns out I could actually click either one and I would get to that tool builder. So let's see what it looks like. So once we're into that, we come to a career dashboard, and I can actually do some searching for open positions there from the middle section. But we're going to focus on building resumes and job letters. And once we've created one, it will come up here. And so I can have different resumes for different things. I might have one that's specific for customer service jobs. I might have one that's more geared to a supervisory or manager position. You can have as many resumes as you have jobs that you're applying to, depending on how specific your skill set is or how detailed that job description is. I think that Lorraine's advice to keep going back to the job ad and the job description are really going to help you as you work through these next steps and implementing Lorraine's advice. Builder, no problem. And note that there are some resume writing tips available to you here, and those will echo a lot of what Lorraine said to you. So you would basically click, I want to create a new resume, or if you're working off of an older resume and you want to polish it up, you can upload that and you can edit it. And this is from a new resume. It basically is step by step, fill in the box, and we're going to build you a resume. And so you work through these screen by screen, and just answer the questions and start building that resume. And keep in mind all of the great tips that you got from Lorraine about how to not just organize it, but the kind of things to include on it. And this tool will kind of get you through that. So once I've sort of started, it says, here's my sample resume, here's my information, and then it has me click to add different things. Highlights of qualification, experience, education, the skills. It just goes on. And I want you to notice that up here, there are some sample resumes that you can browse. And there's also a keyword list. So if you're kind of stuck on those action verbs that Lorraine recommended, you might be able to get some help from the tool to find some of those good words. In addition to this, building your resume, the Learning Express library has many other things that might be able to help you land that job. If you're not getting callbacks because you need to brush up on your Microsoft Office basics, there's a Center for Basic Computer Skills. There's also an Adult Core Skills to help you improve with math, reading, and writing. There's also a Personal Skills Center, which gives you some tips for workplace success, media literacy, and even personal finance. And if you're still in school, or if you have people in school in your life, there are different school centers for everything from elementary through college, including for high school students, a module to help you prepare for the transition into college. This tool is free to you, it's high quality, and it's very easy to use. And after you've gone through and filled out all your blanks, you can save the resume, you can print it, you can download it, and then attach it, upload it to whatever job site you're using, or attach it to an email. I think between the tips and the tricks that Lorraine shared, and this tool provided to us from the Arkansas State Library, that you're well on your way to crafting a fantastic resume to land the job of your dreams. Thank you so much for your time and attention.